Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got something here for you from Hashgraph Online, and I think you're going to want to see this. Now I will say this, when you do need to think about this, you do need to think bigger picture, because I know a lot of people are just going to be thinking what's this immediately going to do for the price, but what we're talking about here is something that could be very massive when we start looking at this from a long-term perspective. So we have Hashgraph Online, and they say, introducing the first ever Hashgraph Online DAO LLC, genesis of a fully on-chain internet. So what a DAO? A decentralized autonomous organization. And let's continue on with what they say here. Hashgraph Online announced its official launch, making a pivotal step towards building a on-chain internet powered by a suite of standards tailor-made for the Hedera consensus service. Okay, so what's a DAO? A DAO is basically something that makes something more decentralized. Basically, what happens is people who are within the DAO have voting rights, and so it's not a thing where the company just make decisions. They actually make proposals instead, and then they make votes in regards to this, and whoever wins the votes wins, right? And so they do this within, crypto, and what they normally do, they do it with the holders, right? So if you're a token holder of a certain crypto, they'll put you in a DAO and they'll say, hey, this is what we're thinking of doing. What do you guys think? And you'll have voting rights to see if you want to agree with this kind of stuff. So let's continue on with this. The journey stems from over 8 months of effort, collaboration, and a demonstration of standards like HES1 and HES20 within the ecosystem. Read more about our official announcement below. The DAO is a consortium of leading organizations on Hedera building a fully on-chain internet, which include, I'm not going to read them all off, but I'll just give you some: Bonzo Finance, Builder Labs, Hashgate App, Hashpack App, hgraph.io, Launch Badge, and Centex.io. So I'm not going to go any further. That's just a good amount of names that you've got there already. Our vision: we strive to build a decentralized on-chain internet using Hedera's consensus service, prioritizing openness and interoperability. Key pillars include HES standard, open source development, ecosystem infrastructure. There's more, but I'm going to continue on for the sake of time. This is just the genesis. Going forward, we will develop new standards and maintain open source tooling, enhance cross-chain data referencing standards for hash sites, create innovative products like browser and HPM, prepare for the launch of Hashgraph Online token. Additionally, we are excited to announce the launch of our new website, hashgraphonline.com, and you can basically sign up there for more information if you want details about this DAO. So I've got this here as well, where they've just had a bit of a talk about this with Genfinity's Ian Solomon. So just going to quickly read this main part. Architecting a fully on-graph internet powered by HBAR network. Join us for an exclusive deep dive into Hashgraph Online, who are creating a new decentralized censorship resistant internet, and it goes on, but again, for the sake of time, I'll leave it there. Okay, absolutely great stuff to see here. It really is, and I've listened to a bit of this interview. I've not got time to watch it all yet. I do intend to, but I've just listened to a bit of it just to see what the thoughts are and just get a bit more of an idea of what they're hoping to do here. And I think it's really positive. We're basically talking about a decentralized internet, right? And so while people might not really understand the benefits yet, and I'll be honest with you, they even said this, they can't reel off everything that they're looking to do at this moment in time. So there are going to be things that will be beneficial that they can't explain right now, which I think is fair enough. That's absolutely fine. I've got no issue with that. But I already know the benefits of this kind of stuff, because let's just say, for example, and it's one of the things that they covered, when you talk about the internet in this day and age, which is currently Web 2, right? One of the issues that's become of the internet at this point is ads, right? Because what's happened is before, we had no issue with people having ad data as long as they, looked after it, wasn't falling into the wrong hands and stuff like that. But what's really happened over time? Well, what's happened over time is our data gets sold now. And what happens with that? Well, people now know things about our interests and stuff like that, right? That's the thing with cookies. That's what happened with cookies, why it was a problem, because people knew what kind of stuff we were browsing, they knew what kind of stuff we were interested in and stuff. And so what did that mean? Well, it meant if it got into the wrong hands, or when I say the wrong hands, it could just be a big corporation, but what they would do is they'd find out what your interests are, and then they would sell ads on your browsing sites of things that would interest you, right? So it's kind of like you're being manipulated in a way, right? Because let's just say, for example, you're someone who likes cars, for example, right? And so they find out your browsing activity and they can see that, okay, you buy cars within this kind of range of price, right? Let's just say you buy cars that are roughly around $5,000, just say for argument's sake. And then what do? They start pushing ads to you that are relevant to the type of cars that you would like for that kind of price range within around the $5,000 range, in hope that you will then end up getting a car, right? So while you might think that's, well, they're just showing you something that you like. Well, yeah, but you're also being pushed into things that you may not wanted to have done, right? So it's like they're taking your information and they're kind of using it against you, right? And that's not good. And that's not the way it should be, right? Like, we should have privacy. And so this is where we're talking about like a fully on-chain internet powered by HBAR, fully decentralized. We haven't got to worry about how our information is being utilized and stuff like that, right? So this could bring huge benefits. Like, I already know there's like browsers that people use because they don't keep all your details. Like, I think it's Tor browser or Onion browser, something like that. Like, these are a couple of things I've heard of before that people like to use because they're more private, right? And so this is the kind of stuff that, again, crypto's all about, decentralization, right? And this is the kind of thing that will be happening in the future. And so if you are thinking of this from just like a short-term mindset, yeah, you're probably not going to see the real benefits of this, but there will be a time where this will be greatly appreciated. There'll be people who'll be very happy that this kind of stuff exists, because this is the kind of stuff that they will want. Decentralization is one of the biggest reasons why people want to get into crypto in the first place, right? It's them having control over money. There's no banks in the middle of it, and no banks telling you when you can and can't withdraw your money, or trying to give you a fee just because you want to try and transfer it to someone over the other side of the world or anything like that. That's the kind of freedom that we get with crypto. So to me, I think this is a huge thing, to be honest with you. I really do see the potential of this. And this is when you're looking more from like a long-term mindset. Like, I think over time, as this develops and continues to grow, this could be something that's hugely beneficial for the Hedera ecosystem and just general, just Web3 activities like decentralization and just our own personal privacy and freedom. Like, these are the kind of things where I say, don't just look at the price, right? It's like when I look at things about Hedera where there's people developing things that can help save people's lives, right? Like, those kind of things where, like, yeah, it's good that this stuff is happening. It's going to, get money for you, get money in your pocket. But, like, think about the actual personal thing that it's going to do for your life in terms of just bettering your life as well. That's the other side of things that you need to look at too, not just the money aspect. And so this is one of those examples of that. So I'm all for this. I'm going to continue to try and listen to this interview. Because it is quite long, so I just didn't have time to really, get to listen to it all. But if I do find any more additional points on this, then obviously I'll additionally cover those. And as I hear more information about this, I'll continue to keep you updated, because I really like the sound of this, and I think this could be a huge positive. And if this really does take off, like, this could be something, it's built on HBAR. So again, it's something that could be positive for HBAR. So I'm all for it, right? Like, definitely, this is a great thing in my opinion. So I'll continue to keep you guys updated on this. But yeah, this is really a good sign of what's to come in terms of, a decentralized future. And that's what I like. This is great stuff to see. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.